Hi, it's Karen here. Thank you for joining me. Today I thought I would share with you one of my purchases that I made from Amazon. This is a set of Japanese watercolour paints. Um, and I thought I would just switch the camera on because I'm just going to have a play with these paints today. And I thought you might like to see how I work through and what I do. Don't know how they're going to turn out, but hey, I just thought I'd do some loose florals. Uh, they're all reddish black. Um, this one's reddish black, yellowish black, greenish black, bluish black, purplish black, and brownish black. So let's uh, let's have a play and see what, see how we get along, really. Hopefully I'll give you some good tips. Now I've cut some watercolor paper down. These are A6 size, nice manageable pieces to work with. So that's what I'm going to be working with today. Hopefully you can see my palette, because a few of you have asked if I would show my palette when I'm working. So here we are. So first of all, I'll put a list of everything that I use, the materials that I use, in the description below, so you can have a look. I'm just going to lightly sprinkle some water on. I'm going to use my dagger or my liner brush, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into the let's go into the reddish black and just, and I'm just pushing my brush down, just getting some spiky kind of movement going on, and I'm kind of using my brush downwards, and I'm splaying those hairs out on the brush, because it's just an exploration, really. And I'm kind of just, let's just have a play. So darkening the colour up, and then where we've already put the water, just dropping it in, and just seeing kind of what lovely loose abstracty forms. I'd say they're kind of like well, they're flower heads really, but lovely and loose. Okay, now so that's the reddish black. So I've rinsed my brush out, and I'm just rubbing, just with the tip of my brush. I'm going into yellowish black, so I'm just working my way across, and I'm just I've anchored them onto the, and let's give some kind of dancey. And I'm just pushing my brush down just to see if I can get some interesting marks. This is a very different way for me to work, so it's kind of, it is really exploration. It's the fun of it. Hopefully we'll get something that's interesting and we'll really like it, or we just think, well, it was a good exercise. But I don't think anything is ever wasted. I really like this. It's almost like I was watching some Japanese artists working, and they hold their brushes up, and they're quite, not brutal, but they really do push their brushes to extremes, and I quite like that. So I'm just going in with a stronger consistency of paint and just using the edge, the tip of my brush, just to give me some different kind of marks. And I'm just not really paying attention, really. I'm just moving around the paper. I'm going to clean my brush out again, going back into the reddish black again, and with a stronger, I'm just putting some stronger colours in, and I'm just pushing down on my brush. Okay, and I'm letting my brush run out of colour. I'm just giving it a little bit of water just on the tip, and rinsing my brush out again, and just a line on the pan of the yellowish black, and I'm just going to bring that down and maybe put some stronger lines in. Okay, now I'm going to set that aside because I think I'm just going to do two colours as a combination. So I'll set that one aside again, and I'm going to get a new piece of watercolour paper, and this time I'm going to use the bluish black. Now I'm just lightly activating my brush, and this time I'm going to splatter, just lightly splatter. Pick up some more water with my brush, just lightly clean it out, and then again I'm just going to do this pushing motion on the splatters, just exploring, playing, seeing what we get, and thinking in my mind that we're looking at these lovely florals. That's these very loose florals. Now going back into bluish black again, I'm not going to splatter this time. I'm just going to go straight on. That's a really creamy consistency of paint, and I'm pushing harder now, and that's bleeding. That's made quite a big bloom. I quite like that actually. So I'm going to try it on this one again, and I'm kind of just push my brush out in this I'm not going to say a stabbing motion, but it's kind of, we're just splaying the brush hairs out. Okay, again I'm just going to do a little one here, because we do want to vary up the shapes, don't we, of what we're painting. Okay, I'm rinsing out my brush. Now I'm going into, this is the greenish black here, and I'm just going to activate that a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm just going to bring that, yeah, that's quite dark, isn't it, that greenish. Again I'm just pushing my brush down and seeing what we get, watering the paint down on my brush a bit more, just the slightest bit of green on my brush, and then going back into my water as you can see. It's quite watery, and I'm just pushing that, just pushing it about, okay. And hopefully, you know, it'll make an interesting painting. I'm gonna just go in slightly again with the green, and maybe just put some of these little, just some little accents really, of maybe they could be a seed head or something like that, or grasses, but it's just giving our painting just a little bit of interest and softening it up, and just doing that lovely downward motion with our brush. Okay, now I'm going to go back into the bluish black, and just with the tip I'm just going to drop a little bit in there. Now my paper has dried, so I'm just going to add a little bit more water, and then just push it out just a touch, just to give us a bit of contrast, just a bit of darker value, to make up a little bit more interest. And again, you can't do this wrong, because we're just playing at this stage. Now I think I'd quite like to put something down here, so I'm going to go back into the blackish bluish black, and I'm just going to maybe just drop a little, and then with a very watery brush, I'm just going to again just push it out with my brush, and then just drop some colour in there, just to see what we get, just to see if we get some interesting marks. And then I'm going to pick up the grey, the greenish black, and just put some stronger colour in there to maybe suggest that some nice little leaves are here. Okay, just want to. It's really important that you do put in some darks, because it will really make your paintings, it really will make them pop. So I'm going to set this one aside to dry now, and we're coming up to the last two colours in our palette, which is the purplish black and the brownish black. So I'm going to just, this time I think I'm just going to get my water and just make some watermarks like that. Okay, just with the tip of our brush. Nothing, I'm not thinking about this. We're painting really intuitively now in this tutorial. So again, I'm going to use now the purplish black, and I'm just going to stroke the pan to activate the paint. And again, with a downward motion, I'm just going to just put some, where I think, yeah, I'd quite like some nice heads of flowers to go there. And don't be pressured with this. Just be brave, and just just push your brush out, and it gives you some really gorgeous spontaneous marks. Okay, let's put one here. Okay, and how about one there? And what about one right up in the corner? Why not? Let's do that. Now your composition can be any way you choose, but be brave and just go for it, really. Just go for it. I think when you commit to something, you become tense. But when we're working spontaneously, we're just letting go and having fun. And that's what's really important, is to just let go and have fun. Now, I'm just, as I'm chatting with you, I'm really not thinking about what's going on, really. I'm just painting, and I really like that a lot. I think that's very freeing. Now, that's quite deep colour there, so I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. Now, this is brownish black, so I have no clue how this is going to look, but hey, let's just go for it, shall we? Let's just put these lovely flowers in, and they're flowers because we say they're flowers, so and then just, if you want to, just put some lovely accent of leaves in there, and there we go. Now I'm going to use a stronger colour in here and just so I think that would work. Again, if we want to put those nice little accents of grasses, yeah, let's do that. And we're just pushing our brush down. Just put in, and you only need the slightest of your watercolour paint just on the tip, just on the very tip, because then you'll get some really nice interesting marks. Again, tip in the water and tip on your in your watercolour paint, and you'll get these lovely marks that I think will look lovely. Let's put another one in here, and you can dot them all over. It's entirely up to you. Okay. Now I'm going to go into the purplish black again, and I'm going to activate that, and I'm just going to drop and just give us some darker values, just to make our flowers pop a little bit. That's always good, isn't it? Okay. And I think by pushing down on your brush, and when the brush hairs split and splatter, so to speak, they give us some really interesting marks, and I love that. I think that's lovely to work when the spontaneity just looks fantastic, I think. So there's that one. I think I'm going to just put in a few of these darker, and I'm literally just getting my brush and just pushing down, because I just want to ground the painting a little bit. I put a little bit more water in just to diffuse the to loosen up the paint. Right, just cleaned out my brush. Now because I'll just push this up further up the, so that's, let me put that so we know exactly what we're talking about, so we can then have a view of what we've just done, and you can see which ones you prefer. Now I think this is a really lovely intuitive way of painting. I will definitely explore this more, but I thought I would just like to bring you along. Now this one, the first one that we did, was with the reddish black and the yellowish black, and that was that combination. So if I just bring that, I think that's really nice. I like the way it's diffused and dispersed. Yeah, I think that's a really lovely, easy way to loosen up and get into your painting, really. But I didn't know how I didn't swatch these colours. I thought I would just go straight in and have a play. But I'm really pleasantly surprised with this this Japanese watercolor palette. I think it's I think the colours are lovely, and this is the bluish black and the greenish black that we used on this one. If I just bring it up a little bit closer for you, and you can see again, I think the colours, I really like the colours together. Now this one isn't quite dry yet, and this is the purplish black and the brownish black, and that's the very last one that we did. But I'm sure you've got a combination of colours that you like best, but I just worked straight from the pan, so I just used those two together, and those two together, just to see what we could get. But it's good to do, you know, to have a look at it like that, because you might want to put the reddish black with the bluish black or something like that, so you can start mixing and matching. So anyway, there we have it. That's our fun exploration of these Japanese watercolor paints. So that's what the oh, my pencil's just dropped out. That's what the packaging looks like. So I bought these on Amazon, not too expensive actually. I was really pleasantly surprised. So and they come in a lovely, they're the nice big pans. So there they are. So I will say goodbye for now, and hope you do give it a go. And you don't have to use these Japanese watercolor paints. You can use any combination of your watercolor paints to try, but it's really nice to use a pointy brush if you don't have a liner, but the pointiest brush that you've got, and use it in that motion. So I'll say goodbye. I hope you do give it a go, and I'll see you soon. Bye.